Good morning, everyone. This is Rifgal, and we are playing some more Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Randomizer. Simple, 4 out of 5 objectives. Not Sea Hero this time, for the first time in quite a while. Just wanted to have a little bit more flexibility. Also, I kept rolling seeds that had Tella as the hero, and it was driving me crazy. These objectives are somewhere between pretty straightforward and awful. We're probably going to end up going and clearing the moon, but moon is not part of key items, so that's going to be at the end. And then we've got super cannon, so we need tower key for that. Luca key for the sealed cave would be an option, and legend and adamant. I'm hopeful that we can do... So we're definitely doing the 2 moon ones, because if we have to do 4 out of 5, and we have to do one of those, that feels like it would be silly. So the other ones will largely depend on what items we find, I would say. And if we get 2 of the other ones complete, we can focus on trying to get to the moon to finish it off. Key items are main and summon, passes in key items, standard characters with abilities, free characters are on. Free key items are also on. Treasure is Wildish, max 7. Shops are S Pro. And we are doing standard bosses, Alt Gauntlet, Witchburn, Warp Glitch, Life Glitch, Sylph Glitch, and Back Row Glitch are on, starting with a couple easy kits, and the Smith will provide a tier 7 or 8 weapon. So, this is kind of a modification of, if you've seen a few of my recent runs that were not part of the Baron's Heroes journey, this is very similar to the Flagset. I've kind of just been making small tweaks to it. And something like this is probably going to be my kind of standard casual going for the next chunk of time here. Or close to it, at least. Dark Knight Cecil start is both good and bad. It's good that we know we have a Cecil. We also don't have C-Buy or Permajoin on, or C-Hero. So theoretically, if we want to ditch this Cecil until we do our deals, we can. And then we can go get him back when we want to. Like, if we decide we were doing a D-Machine grind. Or we can ditch him until we find an Excalibur or a Crystal Sword or something. So, yeah, we'll see where we end up. Definitely good to have a Cecil. I will also say dupes are on. So if we can get multiple Cecils. Adamant. Okay. So, Edward's not necessarily the best start, but we do have an Assassin Dagger here. And that's actually a very strong weapon for Edward early on, depending on what bosses we find. It does give strength and speed boost, I believe. And that's the kind of thing that makes Edward a lot more usable. Probably should be checking Zydia first, but that's okay. When I have free characters on and free key item on, I like to do Watery Pass before we go to Toroya. So that we can go do a little shopping while we're there as well. Okay. Like, all of these are good... Okay, I take it back. Edward's still not a good character, but I can deal with him. But all of these are good characters for later. This is a very weak start. Dancing Dagger helps a lot, actually. See Relaxed is not on, so we won't be finding somebody like Edge in these free spots. We'd have to go to a gated location, something with a key item before that would work. My offhand at this point, if we could get something like a Sid to just get us through the early game, then we're in really good shape. Yang will work. Yang's also not a very strong starting character, but he is a sack of hit points. And that's a lot of what we need right now, because this party does not have the hit points to do much. Or to survive much, rather. So getting somebody who can stand in the front row is important. Gaia Drum will be nice. Ice Claw. So we've got Fire and Ice now. If we can get a Thunder Claw, that'd be wonderful, because that's got a lot of enemies that are weak to it. Rosa, definitely keeping. And Palom. Palom is much better early game. If we decide we want to bring Rydia in, again, similar to Cecil, we can do that when we're ready to grind. If we end up doing a D Machine. Which, we're doing Moon, we're probably not doing a D Machine. I guess that's another thing to consider with it. Is that Rydia is best when you are doing a D Machine grind, and we're almost certainly not, because we have to clear the moon, or clear at least 2 moon bosses. Come on, Magma Key or Earth Crystal. Baron Key. That's not bad, actually. That gets us access to Baron Castle early, so we can go from the Baron Inn right into Baron Castle if we want. I was not paying attention to who the boss was. Let's go ahead and continue looting since we're here. Gaia Helm, that's good. Other headband, good. So still no objective items, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and pop over here. I'm gonna start off with the weapon shop. Perfect. Okay, let's go through and do our equipment quick. We want 2 people in front. We want them to be, oops, Yang and Cecil. We want Rosa in the top spot. And I think we want Edward in the middle. Edward's going to be... Let's actually do a little putzing around here. So we're going to start off with back row glitch on Edward. By equipping a bow and then equipping another weapon, we replace his... basically the flag that marks whether he's in the front or the back row. Yang, we're gonna go Ice Claw, Headband, and Strength Ring. Hallam, we're gonna go with the Dancing Dagger, the Gaia Helm, Gaia Robe, and I think we're just leaving Rosa's equipment as is for now, but let's go ahead and ditch these iron arrows because we have mute arrows available. This will let us clean up our inventory quick, sell some stuff we don't need. Not a ton, but enough. And mute arrows. Mute arrows are pretty much the best you can assume you'll get before you go underground, and have lots of enemies that they apply weakness to. Mage-type enemies is the specifics, but there's a lot of bosses that are flagged that way. Life potions and cure potions. Let's pick up a Kamikaze, and how many Star Veils do we have? 3. Let's pick up 2 more Star Veils. Very good shopping. So far, so good on the plan. So I think at this point, we've got a decent party. We've got decent equipment for the early game. So I think we just go to Antlion. Continue on from there. I feel like this party should be good against Antlion, and the only thing that's going to be real problematic is if there's something that starts with a big AoE attack. Because we do have some pretty low hit point characters like Edward that we're otherwise might be relying on for damage. That's a Lightbringer, which we definitely are glad we have Cecil with us. Let's go ahead and put that Rune Ring and that Poison Claw. We can swap out the fire and ice depending on what element we need. Oh, he had an iron. Okay, I was thinking he had the Protect Ring for some reason. Probably because that would be like the smart thing to do. Actually. Black Sword on Cecil. That's also good. That's Cecil's best weapon until Ordeals. Well, he doesn't start with an AoE. He does end with one. But I think we should be okay. Especially because we have Dancing Dagger with a Rune Armlet. Keeping in mind that this is that first level that we needed to get, that was very good. Power key. Awesome. So if we can find the Legend Sword, then we have our objectives. We just need to get underground. This could be a very fast seed if that ends up working out. Knowing my luck, it won't. But there's always that small chance that that before we even get around all this places, we'll have Magma Key, Legend Sword, and Darkness Crystal, and be good to go. Poking our head in here just to see if they're... Yep, that was one of them. Thunderclaws and bows are the two things that we're looking for. Rose's bow is terrible. And Thunderclaw is easily the best out of this 3 elements. It affects machine-type enemies, as well as the standard things that are weak to lightning, like Odin. Kanaza with the waves up. This is an annoying fight, but it's very doable. And honestly, since the damage is percentage based, it's actually easier to heal with a low hit point party. Once again, Hallam's going to be doing the real work here. Yang is backup, kind of, and the rest are just kind of along for the ride right now. Gonna have Rosa go ahead and heal because she does not have Cure 2 yet. So any healing she does is very minimal. Easy enough. Got all our elemental spells. Cure 2. Darkness Crystal. I was joking about it, but it is still possible. We do have lots of overworld checks here. Got Ordeals next. We've got Baron Inn, plus the Baron Castle. See who our Ordeals character is. I will also say we will need to do some sort of a grind before we can do moon characters, even if we do get lucky. Well, Edward, you had a good run. Actually, let's go diamond here. Give Rosa protect. Three bosses up here. We've gotten 3 Soma drops. If we do happen to get a Tella or a Fusoya, that's going to be very good. Soldiers. Let's see if this is officer and soldiers fight. Okay. This is a very low attack spot, so this should be a joke of a fight. We are going to go ahead and focus down the back row first. The officer is worth the bulk of the magic or of the experience for this. Barely got it, but we got it. Life glitch goes off successfully on the officer, which means we're going to get double experience for him. Again, not a huge deal, especially this early on, but getting those extra levels for Kane, Yang, or Kane, who we just got, Yang, getting Palom closer to Quake, getting Rosa just a few levels there. That was, I forgot to switch Rose. Pogo. I'm a little nervous here. Okay, that was the big wave I was waiting for with 2. That's going to do half damage to the entire party. So this is a good opportunity to try and get Kane back up. We shouldn't need... or he shouldn't do another one of those for a little while. So it's we have just a moment longer to get Kane back on his feet than we would have otherwise. Using magic or magical-based attacks triggers the blaze counter. So not using Palom's Dancing Daggers, even though it is the most damage, just because we don't have the healing to keep up with blaze. Luckily, we have those cure potions, so Palom got to help out as a chemist. That is not the reward I was hoping for, especially for 3 fairly long fights, but the real reward here is Cecil's Paladin. Hey, Blizzard Spear. I forgot about that. So good news, bad news is we don't have a way underground yet. Let's see, no shield. We can go like headband, fire armor, Iron Gauntlet. I think we give him the Ninja Helm to Yang for now. And I'm actually going to pause real quick, and I will be right back. Okay, continuing on to Baron. Hey, there's the Sid that I was asking about that I no longer need. Looks like we've got a Mylon for this spot, which should be fine. He is weak to fire. And he is considered a flying type enemy, so Kane's spear and Rose's arrows are going to do extra damage. But it's a very low hit point spot. Let's see what the second one is. That's gonna be interesting. That takes out the bulk of their damage dealing. Cindy can still punch pretty hard, but taking out Mindy at the front does really limit that. And quite frankly, this is one of the last spots where we're going to be able to get much use out of that Stardust. I would be totally okay if we happen to find an edge, but I also know that we haven't found any equipment for edge. I suppose the other side of that is because edge comes in at a slightly higher level, it's less of an issue. Let's go ahead and grab like 2 tents. I just saw we picked up a cabin. We have not found cabins for sale yet, but I would like to just have a couple tents for the sake of it. I think we're gonna go ahead and finish off Baron Castle, or try Baron Castle quick. I don't think we should have a problem with it. Plus there should be decent loot since it's a gated area. We don't normally loot this route, but it's actually a decent spot. That was a life staff and samurai armor so far. Like, we're not super in need of gear at this point, but I wouldn't... We're very mid-tier, and we're hoping to kind of jump past where we're at. That makes sense. We still need a good bow. We don't have any rods for Palom. We have no armor for Palom, or not good armor for Palom or Rosa. Yeah, I just feel like getting better equipment here is still valid. Like, yes, we have a strength ring, a couple headbands, ninja helm. All of that's good. Octomom at this spot should be fine. Might hit a little hard, but once you slow it down, it's not a big deal. Plus he's weak to lightning, and we have Thunderclaw. And Palin. You know, that's also a thing. Every 3 hits kills a tentacle, which effectively lowers his action speed each time. So even if you're just doing little hits, that's also why I'm not using jump, because we just want to do as many small hits as fast as possible, and then have Palom and Yang kind of be the actual damage dealers, while the others are effectively just casting slow and doing a bit of damage. Gungnir. And Samurai Armor. Dark Elf. That should be fine. I don't remember what stats this spot has in particular, but I know that I am confident that being able to punch it really hard will be enough. And if we can get to second phase, there we go, quickly, then this is actually about the perfect way to do this, because with Kane already in the air, that just starts us off with a good damage boost, and then Virus, and whatever else we finish it off with. We could theoretically try and do like an hourglass where you stop, because the second half of Dark Elf does lose the boss bit, so outside of instant death, a lot of the stuff that works on regular enemies works on it. There's Berserk, which is awesome. There's another Rydia. Don't think we're going to be using Rydia for this one. This is very much feeling like it's going to be moon grind, lower levels than we usually aim for. It's not the best with a Yang, but with a Cecil and a Kane and a Rosa, well, you're usually pretty set with that. The one big thing we don't have currently, we may have to look into a good anchor character, but with those level 1 Rydias sitting in the with level 1 Rydia sitting in the Tower of Wishes at Mysidia, this is me being extremely greedy. So we have the Magma Key already. We don't need to do the hook route. But the loot here is good. There are 2 more shops. There's another character. And there is an easy trap chest. I specifically am calling it an easy trap chest because we have ice gear and it is weak to ice. And with where we're at, I feel like that is a very valuable thing to get. I'm also kind of hoping this is a gated character check. So there is a chance that this is that edge that I mentioned, or a Fusoya. There's also a chance that it could be a second Cecil, which would be very, very good once we find gear. That was a lot of junk. So yeah, basically there are still a lot of characters. Even though this party is very good, there are a bunch of characters that would be better. So I figure it's worth at least looking. Like I said, weak to ice. Which is why I swapped out the Blizzard Spear and Ice Claw when we started. Gold Apple's not what I was hoping for there. And then I pull an Artemis Bow. Well then. You know, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, a Porum would actually be okay. Thanks, game. Thanks. Well, if we want to do a double Edward party, we can. Okay, so with that check out of the way, and the the items checked, there's not a whole lot else to do here, but I am gonna stop in the shop. So this is the first gated well, no, I guess that's technically the second gated shop we'll have access to, but either way, it's a good shop. That's really where I'm going with it. And there's our cabins. don't think we're going to actually be using some of this. I'm being slightly stingy right now because I don't know exactly what direction we're going with some of this. That just gives us a bit of variety and a bit of gives Rosa a good punch. Elven Bow is the one I ended up with there. It is very good, but it is not the best. Technically, Artemis Bow is way better, but it also gives a -10 to Wisdom and Will. So if I end up using her to heal, it doesn't work. Did I not buy the Wizard Hat? I literally thought about it and then apparently didn't. Okay. That was a bit of a detour for not a whole lot of reward. But if it had been one of those like 6 characters that I mentioned, it would have been worth it. It was not. It was Edward. Again. So at this point we are looking for Luca Key or Legend Sword, whatever comes first. Where are our key items at? Okay, we're at 6. 6 is, I guess, sufficient. But we do need, like, we're on track. We need to get up to 10 before we start trying to grind. Ideally. For maximum efficiency. You know what? I'm gonna actually go this way first. And I normally wouldn't. But tower is an objective. It's 2 key item checks. It should be doable. The Luge spot can be nasty, but it's usually not too bad. Okay, I take it back. I'm gonna do 1 egg. I was not paying attention to my levels, and I didn't want to use my sirens, but Pelham is I think one level away from Quake, and that would be a thing. Basically, that'll make the top of tower fight go a lot better. Safer? Safer is a good word. It'll make the fight safer. And given where we're at on time, I think I'm also going to make that our first the end for this video. So, hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.